Hello, Brother Monroe here. Welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts and to a brand new campaign on Dip Classic 1.3.1, which is released. It's out, including some critical bug fixes, which I have a massive thanks to Rocket and the Duke for hunting those down. It turned out to be a missing bracket, because of course it was. Oh, and there was also the issue of, is a comma a thousand separator or a decimal point? The usual sort of bugs in this. Normally it's missing like an apostrophe or something like that. Anyway, this campaign, what it's going to be, has been voted on by the Patreons. I'm just going to see if I can... Oh yeah, there we go. Sexy. Right. So we're going to go for a new campaign. And the winner was Japan. I played Japan before. An interesting one to test Dip Classic with, because, I mean, the main thing you want to do as Japan is attack Korea, but of course in Classic, Korea is a regular old vanilla-style minor nation. I am going to start work on, once all the bugs are hunted down, I'm going to start work on Dip Extended, where Korea will be playable, but yeah, that'll be a few months away, I think. Yes, so we're going to go 1890, normal difficulty. AI design usage is currently set to bespoke only on Classic, because the game is not smart enough to realise that it shouldn't load Brazilian ships when it doesn't need to, or, no, that's in extended. Portuguese ships when it doesn't need to, and it throws a wobbly, so that is currently disabled. It will not be for long. I just need the file to be rebuilt with only the base game ships in it. We're going to keep on it historical. We're going to make our own fleet. Thank you very much. And AI shared design usage, always, because I have some player-made shared designs in the folder for Dip Classic. That might be interesting to see where they pop up. I think it's mostly Britain. Like, it's the big nations that got it, like Britain, France, Germany. So the bigger nations should have some actually good ships. If the AI can pick them, it will. I'm going to hit start campaign. It is going to take a while because this is disabled. But I'll see you on the map. Okie dokie. We're into the map. It didn't take too long, actually, to generate the campaign. The builder had some issues, but we do have ships, which is the main thing. We, of course, have none. Spain has none. Which is interesting. I don't know what happened with Spain, but that's going to cause them some issues. Yeah, I don't know why Spain ended up with none. That's very weird. Yeah, I have changed the UI scale just because so there's a bit more information on the screen for me. If it doesn't, and so that on the videos, I think you'll get more of the stuff you really want to look at. If the text is too small, yell at me in the comments. I can always change it back. So, yes. Whilst I would love to invade Korea, that is going to be very much not up to me. But with Spain lacking a navy, maybe we could hit the Philippines early. I'm still very much at the mercy of the game's Diplo system, which I am aware is rubbish. Actually, no, I don't have the things to do that. Let's not muck about with that. So we can build up to 11,000 tons. So we can build battleships if we want. And we have 75 million in the bank. Okay. What? Oh, extreme large guns. Ah, okay. That still needs adjusting. The Mark 1. Why am I starting with it half filled? Because it's already 90% done. Still 61 months, to be fair. Yeah, that's... I wonder why it starts half filled. I'll make a note to look at that. Because, yeah, a few people have... so what I've done with the Mark 1 17-inch guns, they are an incredibly costly tech to get going. But they... I think this will be in one of the player... It'll be in, like, the player file or something like that, where Japan starts with this one 90% done. But if I just set all nations to start with this at 0%, I think that'll work. Mark 1, 17, 90% done on game start. Japan. Because that should not be the case. I think it is balanced if it starts at 0, because it will take like a bajillion. I mean, even you can extrapolate. If it's 10% left and it's 61 months, it'll be 600 months to do it if it starts at 0, but it should start at 0. Okay. I'll have a look at that. Now then, yeah. What hulls do we have access to? Battleship 1. Oh, well, that's very reasonable. That's perfectly good. Armoured Cruiser 1. That's also good. And then we've got a variety of cruisers. This belted 3-mast cruiser is surprisingly good. Even though the Light Cruiser 1 is, I think, a little bit better for the actual job that you want it to do. These things are remarkably tough. Right, we need to design a battleship for sure. Now, I haven't imposed any restrictions, although the Patrons were very close to making me play China Artisan, which is a thing. But given that we're Japan, I want to build nearly all my ships with as much range as possible, which is going to make my builds much more difficult, because one of the first things I do is dump the coal. So if I add that as a restriction, it might be quite interesting that every ship has to have maximum range, particularly early on. That is going to make my life very difficult. So we've got 11,000 tons to play around with. We don't want to be reducing the draft. I might reduce beam though, and then push up to 11,000. Lovely. Shout out to Pantograph, by the way, who has brought a serious issue to my attention, is that the floatability rating on hulls, not that it'll come into play just yet, if it gets to like 150, you can make ships immune to flooding. We are working on a fix for that. Right. Base accuracy of 2, base accuracy of 5. I know the cage masts have good long-range accuracy, but that really isn't what you're after at this early stage. We'll go with those towers. Coal. Yeah, we get no nothing in there. We do have the dual funnels. They're the highest. No, they're not. These ones are, but I can't fit 2 of those. That gets me to 32% efficiency. And that one's 35. We'll go for that weird quad funnel setup then. Main guns. I mean, we could go 12s. Especially if I'm planning on having a heavy crew. I've just seen the cost. If I build one of these, I'm not going to have any money for anything else. Maybe we have one of these under, like I start constructing it. I don't like doing that, but that might be my best option, to actually build this in the shipyards rather than building it at game start. But we can get the design done. So Let's build the ship we would like to build, right? Quick firing 6 inches. Torpedo launchers. A must in this era. Can we fit any smaller guns? Could fit a couple of 2-inch. It mirrors the rotation now. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. That's super useful. So some pop guns. Just in case we get attacked by a torpedo boat. Right, compound armor. Still one. I don't get any options for any of this stuff. That's it. Right. Let's update our armor preview setting. It's defaulted to have no armor. Oh. That's a teeny tiny issue. Right, well, we definitely want to be proof against 6-inch guns, which means we're going to need 4 inches on the 4.5 belt. We don't want to take a deck hit, although I think it's unlikely. 1.5 is fine. And we could probably get away with like 0.3 on the extended deck. Probably even 0.2 actually. Superstructure we want to be 4. Conning tower, yes. 12. Okay, 12. Inner deck can exist. Casemate armor needs to be 4. Yes, overweight. Well, if we're going 12-inch on the tower, 12-inch on the turrets? Yeah, 12 on the turrets. 12-inch main belt. 112%. Shit. Yeah, fuel. Super heavy. I'd get under if I did fuel. Oh, do I break my own rules? It would be under with... It's too punishing with coal, okay? It's just... And it's not even... Oh, okay, it is actually quite a lot. Okay, let's go medium, okay? Got to give myself some leeway. I'm going to go medium on the range, because then I just need to lose 4% of weight. 4%. The mid-belt... What would an 11-inch gun go through? Yeah, we're basically proof against 11-inch guns. They would need a 12 to actually hurt us. And that's only 5,000 meters. I could maybe lose an inch. Let's go to 11. 3%. Carrying a lot of ammunition. Let's reduce ammunition. Oh, and reduce the barbette armor. There we go. So, slight issue that we might run out of shells. But yeah, I think that is the way to go to it. But at 52.4 million each, I think this is something that we're going to have to start building slowly, because if I build one right now, I will blow all of my naval funds immediately. But it is a fun ship. I quite like it. The Taiho. Oh, as well, if you are a Patreon, or yes, I want to save the ship. If you are a Patreon, or YouTube channel member at the appropriate tier, there is a post for names of ships, or there will be by the time this video comes out. Let me know what you want your ship to be called, and it shall be built once the technology is available. Right, armoured cruisers. I think we're going to go the same reduced beam, 18 knots, so they all can work together. How big am I allowed to make them? 4,000 tons. Okay. We'll go medium range for coal, and then once we get like the better techs, we'll go full range on everything. Wow, this thing is a little bath toy, isn't it? I think a 9-inch is a pretty good choice. I mean, yeah, we've got 10s and 11s. Maybe an 8, actually. Very good. Yeah, look, it's slightly more accurate. The 8. We'll go 8s. We'll try twin 8s. But I'm not beholden to that. Casemate 4s, I don't think we need anything smaller than that. 4s should be plenty for dealing with torpedo boats and the torpedo launchers. Not much to do there. We just need to put armour on this thing. Oh, also maximum bulkheads, of course. And I am, you maybe notice, I am deliberately making these cramped because, I mean, they probably were in this era, unless you had a very fancy ship. Right, what do we need to be proof against? Probably a 7-inch gun, as light cruiser could show up with one of those. 4 or 5-inch. No, I think we should go 4, just like the battleship. That's still pretty chunky, 6-inch and lower. I get a 10-inch main belt. That's far too heavy. And unnecessary. I think a 6-inch main belt would be fine, actually. Deck armor can exist. We don't need very much of it. I can only get 5 inches of conning tower armor. Well, 5.7 anyway. 0.2. We could get thick turrets, but we don't need them. 7.5, 6, 4.2. Lovely. 3% overweight. That I can deal with. Should we do the same thing? Reduced ammunition. Becoming a little bit of a Japanese trademark. I do like it when that happens. Oh, I haven't put a funnel on. That's a minor issue. That one doesn't fit. That one does. Now I'm overweight again. God damn it. Barbate armor doesn't need to be that thick, right? Oh, okay. I'm not saving much there. Maybe I trim this down to 3. Yeah, that gives me the weight back. And enough to get standard shells? No. More range? Nope. Standard crew quarters. There you go. So it's actually a little nicer to serve on these than it is the battleship, weirdly. Not great, but they'll do. Do you know what I mean? How much are we looking at cost-wise? 15 million. That's much more reasonable. Much more reasonable. Okay. Yes. We'll save that ship. Next. Cruiser. I am going to go with the light cruiser 1, I think. Although I do like the belted 3 master. And the hybrid's quite a fun ship as well. But yes, the light cruiser 1. We want these to be small. Small, speedy ships. Let's go for 2,000 tons. Nice even number. that one is slightly better. Oh, I can put it down there. That's amusing. I need to put funnels on though. I assume I'm going to need all that space for funnels. It's irritating, it's not. Ah, there you go. That's better. Right. So yeah, the main tower will have to go where it's supposed to. You know, the screen flickering slightly. Not sure what that's about. Pop it there. Okay. Torpedo tubes. Main guns. Probably just 4-inch, to be honest. That is a weird setup. But I think it might work. Hold on. It gives us 2 guns forward, 2 guns port, 2 guns starboard, 2 guns aft. It's very inefficient. But sure, why not? And just a couple of 2 inches. And some pop guns. There we go. Actually, do you know what? Casemates can be 3s. I'd like them to be 4s. But can I make them 3.9s? I can. So they are almost 4s, but not quite. Cool. Enhanced. Reduced. Seems to be just a thing that we're doing. So I don't think we need a 6-inch main belt on this thing. 4-inch gun can only go through 1.7 inches of armor anyway. So I'll probably get away with like 2-inch uniform belt. Very minor deck armor. 2 inches on the tower. Turrets can only have 1.5 anyway. Yeah, something like that. 1% over. 21 tons overweight. Mind you, if the turret armor is at 1.5, we'll just go to splinter-proofing it. They're really not well armoured at this point. And they only have standard bulk kits. So they're a little bit of a tinfoil ship. But that's not their job. They're 23 knots, so they're a little bit faster than our heavy cruiser and battleship. So they can go a little bit ahead. They can screen out enemy torpedo boats. And they can go on the offense with some torpedoes of their own. Yeah, they're not brilliant, but they'll do. And they're only 5 million each. So that's pretty good. And then, of course, we want a little torpedo boat. Just a little cheeky torpedo boat. Small as possible. Now, these ones, the range is not important. Now, in theory, these things can do 25. Let's go 175 tons. In theory, they can do 25 knots. I don't think that's going to be possible. We're going to go 23 for now. Tower is not important on this thing. couple of funnels to give us full engine efficiency, a 3-inch gun, because they're not really going to be doing much with their gun, and 2 torpedoes. Bob's your uncle. Done and done. Now, I'm not going to click this because torpedoes just don't get armor, really. So they just get the bog standard plate. But we might as well put it on. And we have a ton of weight left, which is fantastic. So we can make them a little bit more survivable. Give them a little bit more coal. And then I want to start pushing the speed as much as I can. Yeah. Oh, can I get them to go 25? Lovely. That's a nasty little bugger. To pop out and ruin someone's day, I think. Yeah, sure. Only 2 torpedoes, but it's fine at this stage, I think. And they are cheap at 1 million each, so I could pump out like 70 of these. Not a sensible option, but it is something we could do. Right. Yes. So we have 75 mil. Taiho, we're going to have to start construction on turn 1. We can't build it just now. So it's going to be Nishins. So 75 divided by 15.6 is 4.8. Wow. I think I can build 2 of these. 2 heavy cruisers. Right, that leaves me with 44.7 million divided by 5.4 is 8. So if I build 6 of these, how much am I left with? 12 mil, and then I should be able to build 12 of these. Nope, 11 of these. Call it 10. Let's call it 10. So that's not a big fleet. How would that compare? We would have 2 armoured cruisers, 6 protected cruisers, and 10 torpedo boats. Let's see, GDP of 7. This would be quite similar to the USA, who have way more stuff than us. Goodness. Well, okay. My ships are actually good, though. How are they affording all that stuff? Well, more power to them. I think that's my best bet, though, to have the 2 armoured. Like, we're gonna have to deal with it. Right, start campaign. And then we're going to put the Taiho under construction in, what's my biggest shipyard? Yokosuka or Maizuru? Yokosuka is here, Maizuru is there. Okay. I tend to use Sasebo quite a lot. Is that an option? Yeah, there it is. I'm blind. Right, that's going to be our primary port for ship building. Where did our ships end up? Scattered about. Fortunately, we don't have too many ports to defend. Yeah, all our ports seem to have something in them. That's perfect. Okay, next thing is going to be to sort out the roles. So everyone's on in being currently. What do you want limited? This needs maxed Crew training, let's set that to 30%. Can I do a very small expansion of the shipyard? Yes, I can. It's not a lot, but it'll get us started. And we are building that battleship at the same time. So this should improve quite quickly. Our economy should start getting better, and we should be in decent shape. Yeah, we have the world's smallest navy, apart from Spain, who has nothing. 21,000 tons. Can't launch any invasions or do anything. But once we finish that battleship, then things will be a little bit different. But that is going to take some time, I feel. So there's no point in me mucking about with relations in here. Oh my goodness, we're negative with China. Very negative with China. And there's nothing we'll be able to do about it. How the f... Got a bigger GDP than I do. That doesn't feel right. Do we actually have the lowest GDP? No, we're down with the US and Spain. I mean, lower than, you know, Italy or Austria, I understand. But China? I feel like China should have a bit of a... I mean, they've got that negative GDP growth. We will overtake them. Mind you, it's only one... What? Oh, we've got fucking nationalists in charge. Of course we do. That'll be why our GDP is shit. Oh well. There's not much I can do about that, I suppose. And yeah, it's going to be sitting here building. Maybe we should try and improve relations with China, because we're not ready to attack China just yet. If we did get into a war with them, it would be just trying to sink as much of their stuff as possible. We won't be able to launch any invasions or anything. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this initial episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon for some more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Bye for now.